Hi there. Hi, Kristie. Hi, Todd. So
Hi,
you got James
Kay.
Knight here, and you know what? A lot of you guys, I understand, and I get a lot of private messages where that you're having problems really getting the right kind of video conversions, and you're really wondering how to actually set up a squeeze page or opt-in, or have a great background that you've seen a lot of the professional video creators have done before. And we finally found an expert that we've been searching for a long time that can bring the real deal to you that is totally newbie friendly. That if you're newbie or advanced, if you this what's nice about this, it works right out of the box. And that is just very valuable because somebody like me who's not techie can actually use this ourselves. Kristie, can you actually introduce our surprise guest?
Absolutely. We have Todd Gross here, and he is like the master of video. It's such an honor to have you here, Todd.
Thank you, Christy. It's fun being with you too. And it's funny because nobody knows exactly why Christy and I cracked up at the very beginning of the hangout, but I'm going to spill the beans.
Tell it.
It was the way that James put on this really fun smile as soon as he knew he was on.
Oh, just cracked me up.
You know what it is? Has anybody seen that cool movie? It was with I think it was Sylvester Stallone, and it was called Over the Top. Now, Over the Top was the arm wrestling movie. Remember that?
Yeah.
And whenever he was ready, he turned the hat.
Yeah,
Remember that? And that put him like into the mold that he was like a truck. So that's basically what I do with the smile is I turn the hat. So I'm ready.
okay, we got to show Todd this. We got to show Todd. Todd, I showed James this. A friend of mine gave me this. We said if anybody talks too much, they get the head, the hairy head.
Well, of course, we don't have to worry about Todd. We've had guests before, and usually it's like a 15, 18-minute interview. Now, this thing sometimes takes maybe some of these guys, if you let them go, it's like you know what? It just goes on and on. So they don't let us get a chance to ask a question. So that's what they do is Kristie has this thing called the little squirrely head, so it goes like this. But anyway, Todd, I know that you just came out with something that's very amazing, and which is going to help a lot of people. Can you explain what it really does or what it is?
Sure. It's called Video Effects Press, and it's something that Mark DeLeese and I have put together. We've kind of taken his renowned SalesPress Pro WordPress theme, not plugin, but theme, and we've taken a subset of it to make it easy for people. So they can now do what is the most visual thing that you can imagine doing with a WordPress theme, and that is doing those crazy video backgrounds or still picture backgrounds that take up the entire screen. And we are now having an easy way for you to completely be able to manipulate those backgrounds and foreground elements that go on top of it. Sounds complicated, but when James shows it to you in just a moment, you'll see just how easy the result really is. I mean, what we're talking about here.
You know what, guys? And before I show it to you, I mean, I really tell you, it knocked my socks right off. And I'm not wearing them right now, but it really did. Because it was just so cool to see this. But without letting you guys wait anymore, I'm just going to show you because this was so amazing. And it's just going to take your opt-ins and your squeeze pages to another level where that you're just going to get so many more opt-ins because it's very creative. So let me show you guys now what I have lined up for you. And of course, let's see if I'm as good as I used to be with this because I went to the Warrior Convention and we had done one of these hangouts for a while. But here it is. And look at guys. I mean, is this cool or not? I mean, look at the animals running around, the sky moving. I mean, can you explain how you really did this, Todd? I mean, this is amazing.
Sure, and I'd be happy to. What you're looking at here is just one little example of what you can do. So what you're seeing is a full motion video, and we provide 5 of them, all crazy good like this. And then you decide what you want to overlay onto that, and it's very easy to change that. It works with any autoresponder, so you could do an opt-in, but it's not just the manipulating the opt-in boxes and the opt-in pages. What you could also do is you could actually put a sales page on top of those videos, or you don't even have to use a video for a background. You could use a still image or a color. But again, The foreground could be a sales page. It could be anything. And so many companies are moving to this very cool look because what it does, and it's actually James that helped teach me this, is it gets the person, the visitor, in the buying mood because of the relaxing or wild background that you put in the background. So for instance, if you were to put palm trees swaying in the winds, which we do offer as one of the upgrades, 15 more, and that's one of them, that's going to cause the actual person visiting the page to kind of get in a buyer's mode. In their minds, they will just kind of go towards that particular action. So if it's an opt-in that we're talking about, they'll lean towards opting in, and that's what we have here. But one of the most important things that you're showing, I think, right now is the fact that you have a video on top of a video. So not only do we have a page that we've produced that overlays this particular video, but that's a video that can play.
Yeah, I was going to play to a second. This is amazing. What Todd really did, and I've never seen this be done before, was he kind of overlaid a video over another video. I didn't even think this was actually possible. I'm just going to play 5 seconds of this so people can actually see what the technology is within this. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
To invite you to get on the early bird discount list for one of the wildest WordPress themes ever released. In fact, what you're looking at right now is the tip of the iceberg. This is actually the theme in use. But keep this in mind. It's not a plugin. It's a visually powered theme. In fact, one of the best themes ever released and easy to use. We call it Video Effects Press. Pretty wild, isn't it? And currently, it's the hottest trend online as well right now. Let me tell you why. Full screen responsive motion video backgrounds are the rage. It's what people are really getting their attention drawn in by. And in fact, you could even use still images as well to make the same point. That is to kind of mesmerize your audience. They just love it. It increases opt-ins. You could do it with squeeze pages. You could do it with sales pages and increase sales. You could put a video on another video like you're seeing right here, virtually anything. Now, we even have an opt-in developer that can put spice into your opt-in pages like no other, including a transparent background option like you're seeing right here. It works with just about any autoresponder service as well. Now, if you wanted to do this on your own, it's not going to be that easy. Not only is it not really achievable in regular HTML editors, but finding the right video backgrounds is just not an easy task. But don't worry, because we do have you covered with that. We're including 5 video backgrounds for you that work with this easy-to-edit WordPress theme right from the start. You see, with Video Effects Press, you can take any background you wish. It doesn't have to be a video. It could be simply a color or an image, or of course, motion videos like the ones you've been watching right now. And you can pair it with any important foreground element. Most importantly, the entire page is responsive. That means that the page is resized or viewed on mobile devices to the perfect scale. So the page actually will kind of shrink as you shrink your browser window, and then it will expand when your browser window opens up. And when you view it in a mobile device, it shrinks down. It scales perfectly. Now, we're introducing Video Effects Press to those that join the early bird discount list at a price that almost, well, it just seems too good, really, to be honest. Only around $10 if you get in at midnight, Tuesday night the 25th, for about 8 hours to 8 a.m. on Wednesday the 26th. That's when we will actually formally release this, a good 25% hike.
I'm just telling you, it's amazing what he has here. I mean, Kristie, mobile devices, I forgot what it really is, but there's quite a huge percentage of people that use and watch their, like for example, they'll see a squeeze page or opt-in or a lot of videos on mobile devices.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I see everybody around me, and a lot of times on their tablets and on their cell phones, they're watching video. I watch a lot of videos on my cell phone. So, yeah, this is invaluable. And I was going to ask Todd, for people who, are wondering, can I do this? Is there a step-by-step instruction as to how to go about this?
Yeah, well, Mark is quite a smart guy, the person that I've teamed up with on this, and he's almost too smart, but we sat down and I made him do video instruction that's easy to follow, especially if you play it more than one time, on each little thing that you need to do. Now, he's made multiple videos. The last I checked, it was at least 5 training videos, and he said he had more to do. So we have a lot in there, but I can do it, and if I can do it, anyone could do it. We're talking about a WordPress theme, so yes, people should know WordPress, and yes, they should watch the video instructions, but if you do that, it's pretty darn easy. It really is.
Okay, and this is a midnight special tonight?
Yeah, well, it depends when you're watching this particular hangout, but if you're watching on Tuesday, prior to midnight, there is a 25% discount for the first 8 hours, and then after that, we're still talking about such a ridiculously low cost. I got to tell you, this is something that Mark normally would have put out at $37, and then he'd make it, let's say, $47 the next day. But what happened is he got wind of the fact that I've been recently releasing a lot of products at an unusually low cost, trying to get it out to as many people as possible, similar to what you guys do. I know James does that all the time. And it's a very unusual tactic to some marketers to see that, but it happens to help people the most because you're getting it into the hands of a large number of people. Now, to be honest, it helps us as the sellers, the marketers, as well, because we make money from the fact that a lot of people are purchasing it. But on the other hand, it helps so many more people because it's not expensive. So I petitioned him and I said, let's make the base product on this really low cost. You'll see we'll sell a lot of it. We'll help a lot of people out. So he threw up his hands and he said, okay. So that's basically what the story is. And if you do see this before midnight on Tuesday night the 25th, then you have a chance to get it at 25% less, at only $10 for the base product. The developers is just going to be a few dollars more. And what does developers mean? It means that there's going to be an option so that you can install this on your client sites, whether they're online or whether they're offline. Now, if they're a client of yours and you do this for them, they're going to be very impressed. This is the kind of thing that would really impress a client because it's so cutting edge and new. So that's why we wanted to make sure there was a developer's license in there.
That's powerful, I'm telling you. I mean, one thing I'm going to tell you is that all Todd stuff, even if he partners up with somebody, it is easy to use. It's right out of the box. It's basically read the instructions or watch a couple of videos, and you can learn how and know how to do this almost immediately.
Right,
and,
it really is.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, and one thing about Todd is totally telling you, totally straight up, that Mark puts out great stuff. And I know because I've actually bought a lot of his stuff that he has put out. But usually he does not go at this price. So what Todd actually petitioned to get was amazing because, you know what, for anything that's under $20 or $15 for actually Mark is a steal because he puts a lot of valuable time because he is a master software creator. So once he puts something out, and plus one thing about it also is Mark also supports everything that he puts out. Am I right, Todd?
Yeah, he does. He does support himself too. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it's fantastic.
You know, it's Mark's product, yes, in terms of him creating it. But I got to tell you, I did sit down with him and show him all the people that have done anything similar to this, and there are some opt-in ones that are similar. But this goes so beyond just an opt-in on video. I mean, this is anything on the video, including another video on the video, like you saw. And that's what really
did you take those pictures yourself? Because I know that you're very...
I have some that I've taken myself, but you know, so many people have them already that we went wild with this. And we purchased these and got the rights to these and spent a lot of money on them. And that's how we got these particular ones. The ones that I have taken myself, I use for the green screen backgrounds because they look natural. In this particular case, we just went berserk and got the really, you know, wild ones that are taken by the super professional photographers with stars. You know, one of them we have the Milky Way setting and the stars, the shooting stars dashing through, things like that. You know, really over the top ones, and that's what folks are going to get.
I tell you, I mean, anything that actually Todd puts out, especially because he had probably a big, really picking out all these creative templates, really. And I bet you, especially the Safari one, because that is so cool that I just seen. I mean, that would have been my pick, personally.
Yeah.
It's just that you can't help but put your email inside there. And that is, so now, keep in mind, we've always said the email is in the list. Now say that, let's say by the time you see this, maybe it's $12 or $13, whatever. And that's like nothing, really. But if you gather 10, 15 emails, because it is so much more attractive to put your email inside there, you know how much money you're going to make when people just, I mean, the conversion rate must be maybe 200-300%, because it just makes you want to put your email inside there. So you guys could build a huge email list with something that I have never seen before. How did you actually get to actually create something like this? Because I've never seen anything before like this, Todd.
Yeah, it's actually becoming very popular to have a full video background. A lot of companies are moving towards that. As I said, PayPal has that as an example. If you go to PayPal.com, first thing you'll see is somebody either sitting on a park bench talking with someone else, or somebody doing their paperwork as if they're doing their taxes, or somebody doing cookies in a shop. That is the latest thing to do, but no one's ever really made this available to do with anything more than just an opt-in. So what we've done is not only created a situation where you can put a transparent opt-in, meaning the opt-in box actually blends right into the video, but we also have it so you can do a full page of any kind of landing page you want could sit on top of that wide video. So it just looks ultra professional the way that, and the funny thing is, like you said, it's easy to do, but it looks professional immediately, and that's what's really cool about this. And the actual opt-in module to create the opt-in boxes to get the leads, as you're suggesting, was simplified today. So it's actually even simpler than I had ever seen, where you just pick one of 3 choices, and it immediately puts the opt-in just perfectly laid out. So I'm really excited about it. It was obviously the best looking thing I've ever sold, and that makes it a really important thing.
I tell you what, it was one of the best looking, but you know what? What I liked best was the green screen part, where that Todd was actually talking, and there was like snow coming in the back, and there was that huge house that was behind there. I tell you, that was probably one of the coolest things that you know what? If you guys get a chance, seriously, private message Todd and ask him for the link to get that, because it will literally
green screen profit.
Yeah, that was so cool, really. I mean, you gave all those templates and all those shots from all around the world. I remember you said something like that.
Yeah. I've had a couple products lately where I have did the shots, not only video shots from around the world, but I also did still images from all over the place that I took, and I used that as the backdrop to my green screen work. And you actually see a little bit of that in that video you showed a moment ago. The video on video in the effect. I obviously am doing that green screen, and for anybody that wants to learn about that is greenscreenprofit.com. Thanks for mentioning that.
Well, it's not that, but it's cool. He made us one that was really knocked out. I tell you guys, it was where he was actually talking in the middle of New York.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, he has the coolest stuff I've ever seen in my life. All I got to tell you guys is that you have to grab this, really. I'm telling you, this product is just, anything Todd comes out with, he's so generous, really, that it's not like $47 or $97, which I would expect this to be. I mean, this is around $10, $12, so this is something that is a must-have. And I'm telling you, what do I give it? 2 thumbs up. I mean, and I know Kristie, are you saying the same thing? I mean, I know this is, of course, 10 fingers and 10 toes, right?
I do, and I was thinking, Todd, that for many of us, they're technically challenged. It makes us look good, to
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Offline clients, especially affiliate marketing, where everyone is so visual. You have 1 to 3 seconds to capture them, and with the things that you put out, and this is a prime example, it's a great tool to have in your tool belt. Yeah, I give it 5 fingers, 2 thumbs. Absolutely awesome, really. Very professionally done, Todd.
Thank you both.
Thank you, being.
And it's
Are you
called,
going to actually come out with more of those templates? Because I know a lot of people got the green screen and they thought they were the coolest things ever. Are you planning on doing anything like that in the future?
well, yeah, in this case, what we have going, just to clarify, for Video Effects Press, we have the wild videos, some of which you've seen, and those are included with Video Effects Press. And then on the inside, folks have a chance to get 15 more, which we invested in. And then in terms of what you're asking about me, I'm going to consider taking some very wide travels to take some pretty amazing background videos like you're asking for that you could stand in front of, and that's down the road. So I'm going to consider traveling to places like Alaska and places like that, so I could really go wild with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know everybody's going to be looking forward to that. But one thing, guys, because a lot of times Mark and Todd, it doesn't last forever, really.
No, in fact, the low prices you've been citing, I'm sorry, I should have been clear. Yes, there's that initial 25% off at the very beginning, and then it's still cheap after that, but it is going to go up every 12 hours or so. So if you're watching this, depending on when you're watching it, I just want to make sure you understand that the price is going to go up in increments, and if there's a timer on it, follow the timer, because it just doesn't, we can't have it last at the bottom for all that long, or it will devalue the product. The product has to land eventually at a price that is very respectable. We only want the people who are, you know, like your people, your folks, Kristie and James.
Right.
We want you guys to be able to get in at the lowest price, knowing that it has value. But eventually it has to speak value with a decent price. So it will be going up over the course of the next couple of days.
That's awesome. Guys, make sure you get the OTO. Let me tell you why you want the OTO, okay? The reason is there's such a thing called ad blindness. So with this, if you get the extra templates, I think there's around 15 of them, if I remember. 8. So what's going to happen
15.
is that, what's that, sir?
15.
15. Wow, that's amazing. 15 amazing templates. You can actually run these consecutively, and your customers will not get ad blindness, and you'll get a higher click-in rate. So make sure you get that OTO. That's so important because that is more of a complete package. How many templates do they get the first on the front end?
5, and then the additional 15 makes 20.
Wow, 20. So just grab all 20 because I tell you, if you run this for many years, like I expect everybody to do, you know what? Your customers will never be bored of it. So you can actually be promoting so many different products or different CPA offers or ClickBank offers or JVZoo products that they'll think that you're just on top of your game. You're always professional. I'm gonna tell you, Kristie, what would you actually say would be the best way to use this product for yourselves, for your customers?
Well, you know, I'm encouraging the people who are doing video marketing, you know, to take their links and direct it to a blog, you know, so they can start building their own list. And, you know, this would be perfect. This is absolutely what I'm going to tell them, Todd. I'm going to say, you know, you need something professional. You need to stand out from the herd. And this definitely makes you stand out. You know, people stay on your blog longer when you have something this eye-appealing. You know, when we were seeing that example, you know, I was actually looking to see what animals they were and the movement. You know, it's just it's like a calming effect, as you were saying. You know, it just mesmerizes you, and I'm sure that helps with the opt-in rate. So I'm going to bring all that to the table when I tell, you know, my people about this, and I'm really excited about it. It's so professionally well done, like all your products are, and I'm excited about it.
Well, and you know what it does for you guys? It makes, if you're a newbie or you're just starting off, it makes it look like you're a guru right away. Because all of a sudden you're using something that's professional, and your product or your squeeze page is a reflection on you. So I'm going to tell you, trust your instincts. Just grab it. You're going to need it. If you don't grab it soon, it may not be available next time, and then all of a sudden your product is
at this price, you really have nothing to lose. And I just want everyone to realize that I'm being very honest when I say that I went to him and said, I want to release this at a low cost that my people would be able to spend and not risk anything. And that's really the truth. And I've been doing that a lot lately. People are responding very positively to that. where they know they could try something and see if it's for them and not have to worry about the money they spent because it's so small. And that's what you've got here, something that looks dynamite, doesn't cost a lot, nothing to lose, and really can do wonders, especially if you have clients or if you're new and you want to add that professionalism, like you said, to your own WordPress blog.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I mean, so enough is said. Todd, do you have anything that really that's really that you would say that they can really use this besides maybe you know what would actually be great for this is actually have something if guys that make YouTube videos say click the link on the bottom and all of a sudden it goes to the squeeze page.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I have another one for you. You know, you could put a buy button right on top of this thing. So if you want to not have to worry about toiling making a sales page, but instead, how I would use it is just explain whatever product it is you'd like to sell in the video in the middle, and then right underneath have a buy button, and then you're surrounded by this beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
You've got the best looking sales page in the world like that. And that's pretty hard to do, is get a good-looking sales page where you're selling a product. So anybody that wants to sell products quickly, that's how I would think be a good choice to use it for.
That's so awesome. I never even thought about that, but that's fantastic, actually. It just because it's a no-brainer, just do that. Kristie, I know you always have a thought of the day. I mean, and I know a lot of people have been waiting all morning long for this.
I am, and you know what? This is perfect for Todd's product here. Orison Swett Marden said, "Don't wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them great." And that's exactly what Todd's product can do for you.
I tell you what, and then you know what's good, and then when you build your email list, you can hopefully get a beautiful necklace like Kristie's wearing right there. Where did you get that necklace, Kristie?
I actually got this at an arts and crafts festival in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, years ago by an artisan, you know, that was very skilled and talented. It's a turtle. I was thinking about when you were talking about your travels, Todd. You know, it's awesome when you meet people from different places in the world that have different talents. And this is a black opal, Mexican opal. So, yeah, really, really interesting piece of jewelry. And thanks for noticing, James.
You know what, guys? Grab this. I'm going to tell you. I promise you, you're going to love it. That's all I can tell you. I mean, very few times, and Kristie will actually back me up, that I basically gave my personal approval on this because all of Todd's stuff, especially anything that he's part of, is fantastic. And you know what? It'll just put money in your pocket. Why? Because you're going to build a huge email list, and because you know what? It just makes you want to actually put your email in. Why? Because it, just like Todd says, it puts you in a buyer's mode. So grab this, and I promise you're going to love it. And you know what? It's just going to put money in your pocket. Trust your instincts. Go for it. And thanks for actually being here, Kristie and Todd. You know what? I always love when you're here and everything. And you know what? This is better than actually. Where are you living now, Todd?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Okay. So it's still a little chilly there.
Yeah, oh yeah. I just went snowmobiling 2 days ago.
That must be so cool. That must be so cool. I go on his Facebook page a lot, and I think that his son one time said that you were measuring something or something like that.
Oh, I did something really weird back in when was it? It was in November. I went out to the lake effect area of New York State, and I timed it perfectly. For some reason, I'm really lucky out when I do this because of my weather forecasting background.
Oh, yeah.
And I hit a 70-inch, not 7-inch, not 20, not 30, a 70-inch snowstorm. And in this particular case, on one of the videos that's gone viral on YouTube, you see me trying to drive through the second half of that storm where there was 30 inches on the ground. I try to drive my Subaru Forester through the 30 inches of snow, and it's just hysterical. The idea that I thought I might actually be able to drive through 30 inches of snow when you just see me immediately get stuck. So that's one of the videos that's out there now.
That's cool. I mean, if you ever guys get a chance, check out his Facebook page. I mean, Todd always has something going on. But I'm going to tell you, is that please get this, and then let me know under here what you guys think about it. Really, under the when you see this under the messages or anything, just say, hey, I got it, or I love it. And I'm gonna tell you because everybody's gonna love it. Like I said before, trust your instincts, go for it, and it's probably gonna be the best thing you ever gotten. Okay, Todd, Kristie,
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. Peace out, and that's what all the cool guys say. Peace out. That's why I'm using it now.
that is so you. Cool guy. Go ahead.
All right, later on, Todd.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks to both of you. Bye now.